Welcome to the UEFA Champions League Coast to Coast podcast brought to you by thelines.com. Coming to you from the west coast of the U.S., Josh Lander, joined as always by my mate across the pond, Dan Tracey. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Looking forward to more Champions League action in midweek, so let's get cracking, as I've got some cracking bets to unveil.
Yes. Definitely come for the soccer knowledge, stay for the British humor as well. And we will be jumping into, like we said, those March 15th games here in this video. We're going to start with Real Madrid and Liverpool. I do want to remind you, Dan has his great articles up on thelines.com. So he dives a bit more into everything we're talking about here, there. You can also use the odds finder tool that'll be inserted in all those articles. So whenever you use that, you can just search real easily for all the best bets available to you for anything you might be interested in this Champions League. We're going to be bringing you every single game the rest of the way, including this one that we're starting with, Dan, and a pretty fun match to speak on here, Real Madrid versus Liverpool. We thought it was going to be fun. I think it was even more fun than we realized it was going to be. 7 goals, especially the way it started out, 2-0, looking so good for Liverpool until Vic Jr. came and messed everything up for them, especially in the first half there. So plus 130 for Real to win this game. Still nice plus odds for them as they come back home. Plus 190 for Liverpool, and then a draw would be plus 270. Obviously better odds for you if you want that than either of these two to win. But where do you start when you're looking at value in this game?
Well, to start with, I'm going to ignore the money line because that's not of real interest at the moment, but I'll get to the big one in a moment. So let's build the stage first with over 3.5 goals at plus 140. So when you consider that Liverpool have to score at least 3 goals to qualify, if they are to do their bit, then we're almost there with the bet, aren't we? So, let's sort of not assume, but let's sort of say that Liverpool are going to be really up for this tie. Let's not forget that they scored 7 at the weekend against Manchester United, so they're going to be red hot for this trip to Madrid. With that said, Madrid aren't shy when it comes to attack. They're not just going to sit back on their 3-goal lead. They'd love to turn the screw and sort of really dominate Liverpool and kill them off again, because they seem to have that kind of hex over them at the moment, don't they? They're the monster that can't be slayed. So I just feel it's going to be another entertaining clash. You could go for over 2.5 goals. That would allow you the 3 that Liverpool need to get, but even that's going to be a bit too skinny. So admittedly, over 3.5 isn't great odds. It's plus 140. I'm trying to sort of give you that plus, but I just feel that, we might get as many as 7 goals, 4-3, who knows? It could be another rampant tie. Nothing's off the table when it comes to these two teams, so why go low? I just feel there's no need to, really. So just to set the stage for my big one, I know I'm building it up, but trust me, it's a big one. Over 3.5 goals at plus 140.
I like it. I know where else we're going in this game, and so I love the idea of over 3.5 no matter what. I mean, it's got to be helter-skelter. I would have said, we have to question how Liverpool is going to respond. I would have said that before that outpouring of goals, as you mentioned, that they put on United. So I would say in this one, it seems like they're going to be making, having some backbone, having some pride, knowing that this is the last chance that they have. As minuscule as the chance is, and we're going to talk about exactly how minuscule the chance is for Liverpool to advance at this point on away soil, needing to win by at least 3 goals in 90 minutes to continue on into extra time to be able to prolong this matchup here in the round of 16. Like, I think they are going to bring it, right? And if they are going to bring it, like you said, Real Madrid's ready to bring it right back, even if they go down by 2 goals, which, by the way, Real Madrid has been down 2 goals in 3 different matches in the Champions League this year between the divisional round and the group stage and now, and won all 3 of those games, including that last match versus Liverpool. So Liverpool, yeah, they're going to be coming out swinging, and Real Madrid's going to be swinging right back. It's just going to be 2 heavyweights, just haymakers, and I think it's going to be fun, and I think 4 goals at plus 140 is a really good bet. And now I'd be really interested to hear why you're going to tell the people that there is a 4-digit number here that we could talk, a 5-digit number here that we could talk about for them to pick on some really nice odds on Liverpool.
Right, brace yourself. Liverpool to advance at plus 12,500. Yes, that's right, plus 1,200. No, plus 12,500. Yes. I'm getting confused myself. It's that big a number.
Yes, it's
now,
huge.
Cards on the table. Do I think this outcome happens? No. But it's Liverpool in Europe. You can't rule it out. And at such a big price, even if it was your last $5, maybe even your last $1 in your betting account, just place the bet, honestly, because you'll kick yourself if it does happen and you don't. It's a Hail Mary, but there is sort of evidence to back it up. Let's take 2019. Different venue, admittedly, but they did lose to Barcelona in the Camp Nou. They lost 3-0 in the first leg of the semi-final. Second leg was at Anfield, but Barcelona, again, are a team that don't give away 3 goals usually. They were bits. They lost 4-0. Liverpool got to the Champions League final and won it.
Yeah.
So yes, there is something there. It can be done. Now I just feel that we've seen chaos in the first leg. No one really expected Real Madrid to score 5 unanswered goals. It was just kind of lightning fast, bang. Now what happens if the reverse takes place in Madrid? Just because it happened in 1 week doesn't mean it can't happen again. This kind of consequence of football. Who would expect Liverpool to beat Manchester United 7-0? There's just something in the atmosphere that just thinks there's a little bit of, alchemy that just thinks, you know what, maybe, just maybe. Now, of course, as I say, I have the caveat, I can't really see Liverpool doing the unthinkable, but it would be remiss of me not to put this forward because it's just such a tempting bet. It's not as if Liverpool have never beaten teams in high-stakes situations and done the unthinkable before. They have got form, they have got this kind of history behind them. And I just feel with that weight of history, just have a go. Why not? Just take the punt because that's what it's about, really. We've got enough sensible bets that you've seen hopefully in the episode before. I've still got a couple more to come. Yeah. I've got a feeling I'll make you profit on the night regardless of this one. So just go for it, and then let's just have a laugh. If it comes good, you'll never see us again. I promise. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Look, if you're going to pick a team. To do this on, it would be Liverpool. I would just add the weight and the reason this is so huge, probably at 12,500 on your money, right? The reason that this is so the pressure might be a little bit more on them, even more so, is the giant that they're trying to slay is the biggest giant that to them. It's the biggest monkey on their back. Their inability to beat Real in the last 9 matches now, and getting spanked in a decent amount of them as well, as they did 5-2 last match, even after it started so right. But all of that said, this is the team, the weird magical team that could do something like this in this tournament, as we've seen. So it would be massive. It would be incredible. But this is all they have left, as we said. And I think they showed that they're going to be, if they're going down swinging hard. So take goals no matter what, and feel safe, and then throw a couple of quid on a plus 12,000 bet and feel pretty good about being able to take a vacation if that happens. So let's move on to the second match. A little bit less exciting. We definitely got to the better one first, but I think there's still something to be said for Napoli because I love this team, and I think they're the darling of the tournament in a way, as they continue to show out all over the place, even in Serie A as well. But right now, they come back here with a 2-goal lead on Frankfurt, and very likely to win in this game, minus 210 on the money line. I mean, I don't know. It feels like they're probably going to win in regulation. Maybe you just throw a little bit on there to get a few a few more bucks in the bank. But Frankfurt to pull out the upset would be plus 550 in regulation, and a draw would be plus 350. But where do you look for this one in terms of trying to find value?
Yeah, you mentioned Napoli as a sort of bankroll builder. I don't think that's a bad shout at all as a starting bet. We want to try and avoid minus odds, but it's kind of staring you in the face. And one thing to really take into account for this game is that there will be no travelling fans. The Eintracht Frankfurt fans are banned from travelling to Napoli because I think to some illegal ticket sales somewhere down the line. So that's going to play into Napoli's hands even more. So if you just want that bankroll builder, go for Napoli. But I think I can do one better. That's going to be a Napoli win to 0, which is obviously a win, but no goals conceded. So again, that factor of no travelling fans, that kind of lack of spurring on the away team, I feel that's going to be Napoli's kind of bedrock to build from. And I just feel that Napoli are just too good at the moment. They, as you say, are the darlings of European football at the moment. I've got a really strong eye on them. I mean, I wouldn't even rule them out winning the tournament at the odds they're at. Why not have a punt of at least the final? We'll get to that further down the road. But I just feel that Napoli are just really strong at the moment, and it's really hard to bet against them in any sense. I know they lost to Lazio in the league a week or so ago, but even that result's going to do nothing in terms of knocking them off the Serie A title path. That's almost done and dusted. They can really give this tournament both barrels. They're not in a scenario like Man City where they've got to juggle both fronts and think, oh, actually we can't go too hard because we've got to win a league game. This is, full steam ahead, really, and I just think that Frankfurt are going to be the team that gets pushed out the way on the road to the last day. I mean, that 2-0 win in Germany, that second goal late on, has just taken the real sting out the tie. So I just feel that Napoli are going to not cruise because it's not in their nature like Real Madrid. They'll just aim to crush another team. So as I say, Napoli to win. There's no shame in betting that if you just want to build it up. But if you want a little plus odds, go for Napoli to win to 0.
Yeah, no, fully, yeah. Love Napoli. Love everything they're doing. I think what I'm realizing is we should probably, as soon as these second legs of this round of 16 are done, maybe we come back in the break before we get back to the quarterfinals, and we talk a little bit about what these futures look like for these teams, because I really wanted to talk about Napoli anyway, and just mention, and we did mention it last game, by the way, before the first leg. I said, just Napoli, the darlings. They were plus 1,500 to win the cup. To win the tournament here, and now they're plus 700 in part because they're already leading in this first leg 2-0 coming back home. Also because a few teams have been eliminated in the other matches that of this round of 16. So by elimination of those other teams, their odds are just immediately dwindle because they're likely to just go ahead and be in the quarterfinals at this point. So it's plus 700, still not terrible considering that makes them fourth favorite compared to Real, Man City, and Bayern right now, who's also through. So we'll see what happens with that one, but I do like them to win this game in any fashion, and them to be able to win to nil at plus 125 seems like a good bet. And if we wanted to build off of that bet, I suppose we would go with one of these grouping bets that you were going to talk to us about.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we could go for one correct score. We could get some more money, but obviously, why pick one correct score when we can have three? A bit more insurance. So if we go for a Napoli win to nil, this goal grouping is really obvious. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Job done. Plus 200. Just really simple. If we've sort of already betted for one conclusion, we just want to build on that and get that exact score. So if you want to pick the score individually, you're probably going to get somewhere in the region of plus 600, plus 700, depending on the score. Mm-hmm. But if you just feel that it's going to be nailed on with that Napoli home win, as long as they don't hit 4 goals, which they could, there's no doubt about that. But, let's assume that they get the first and second goal, the tie is dead. They just turn it off a little bit in terms of the accelerator, and then they're kind of not going to approach 4. It's not going to be do or die, but I do feel they'll put Frankfurt to the sword. So yeah, just a range of 1-0, a range of wins to nil, just mops up everything neatly before we wrap up, and that's just plus 200.
Plus 200, yeah, it's a good bet. Like you said, if you want to get frisky and pick a correct score, go for it. I don't think there's anything wrong with picking 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 separately, and maybe one of them hits, and then you get, you probably still get plus money there. But the plus 200, nice and neat, like you said, just to wrap it all up in one neat bow there with the group bet. So I like that as well for Napoli. As we say, I'm rooting for them right now. I'm not going to lie. I feel really good about their chances right now. We'll see what happens as they go up against some bigger giants in the next round, where we will be back with you guys. Like I said, we're probably looking at doing a futures video here as soon as this second leg of this round of 16 wraps up with these last 4 games that we're talking about here. Like and subscribe to that page because we are coming back to you with every game that we've got left as well. And until we see you next, happy betting.